Hello, everyone. Jessica and Renee here, and we are here to talk to you about the last core principle in the Mood Makeover Method, which is stop participating in the pain. If you haven't met me before and somehow this is your first video, my name again is Renee Hughes. I'm a certified professional aromatherapist, a certified natural health consultant, and I'm the founder of the Aroma Specialist, which is the home of the Mood Makeover Method. And meet Jessica Kufos.
Hello, everybody. I can't believe this is the last one.
I
My name
know.
is Jessica Kupos. I am a certified instructor for the Mood Makeover Method and a student of Holistic Champions. I have definitely come full circle, and I love Mood Makeover Method for so many reasons. It came really at a time in my life where I needed to regulate and get control of my emotions and really dig down deep and dig into who I was and how I felt about certain things and just have a deep, loving, nourishing connection with myself and other people. And that's really what Mood Makeover does. It breaks down these mental and emotional barriers that we have with ourselves, and it just creates a space of safety and love, not just for you, but those who you love and those around you. It's absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And we're so excited.
Uh,
So today we are delivering the last one, as we mentioned, and it is stop participating in the pain. So I'm going to play the video that's going to explain it, and then Jess and I will break it down a little bit for you. All right, let's share the screen here, and we'll go for it. Here we go. Danger. Principle number three is to stop participating in pain. So, painful activities and relationships and behaviors that have caused you pain that we continue to participate in because it's uncomfortable to speak up and say, this hurts, because it's uncomfortable to be vulnerable. We stay in these things and it definitely affects our mood. It weighs us down and keeps us from living a vibrant, healthy life, both physically and emotionally. So, we will teach you how to stop participating in the pain. And so there so that is number three. And oh, I can't get this stop share. There we go. That is number three, stop participating in the pain. Now, interestingly, this one actually is real dear to me because it actually came from my father-in-law, who we lost last year. But when I was developing this and I was going through the situation that really catapulted making the Mood Makeover Method, I'll never forget, Randy and I were talking some things through with his parents, and I'll never forget Dad Hughes saying to me, he was just like, or to both of us really, um, that some things we can't control, but we don't have to participate in it. And that hit me so hard because I was like, yeah, I do. Like I participate in it. I participate in it because it's more comfortable than standing up and saying, you know what, this should not be happening. We need to create some boundaries here. This is not okay with me. I didn't know how to do that at the time. I didn't know how to say no and to protect myself in a way that I could still be loving and still be me, but say enough, enough. And it's really profound because sometimes when we're in various situations, we cannot control how another person feels inside themselves. Can we?
yeah.
We cannot make somebody love us. We cannot make them stop loving us if they feel something that we don't feel, right? We can't always control someone putting their hands on us when we haven't asked for it. We can't control them doing it, but we can control how we respond to those things, and we can control our participation in it. We can control how we react when the various things happen, and we have lots of different examples of that. But Jess, I want to ask you, how has that principle been supportive for you in your journey?
For me, it's been so crucial. My dog is like running back and forth. So if you hear these feet, that's what's happening.
Like I want to talk to
For me, it's been so crucial because there have just been moments where I have just felt so bothered by something, and you can't control, just like you were mentioning, I can't control how somebody is going to react to something. I can't control that, you know, what people do or don't do. I can only control me. And
you.
so I learned I don't have to just take this, I don't have to just take this thing. I can actually voice and speak up and say, hey, I know this and this and this, but I really need you to not do that because this is how it's making me feel, and just helping them to understand this is what it does for me. This is what it brings up for me. I need you to not do this. This thing is not acceptable for me. And
Mhm.
it's not easy for that individual to hear. Now, how they're gonna take it and deal with it is gonna be for them. But at least I got to a space where I could advocate. And that was something I never knew how to do. It was uncomfortable. Just like you mentioned, it's uncomfortable to speak up because then there's the fear of, well, how are they gonna take it? How are they gonna view me? Are they still gonna love me? Like all the things that come up for us.
All
But
the things,
being
all the
able to, but this is why this program is so vital, Renee, because it really helps break down all those things where you get to the space where, I love me enough to speak up and say, hey, this isn't okay for me, or hey, I need you to stop doing this. And
things.
it just, it's so important because when you just sit back and you're just like, it's not
Exactly.
funny.
I love that.
It's not funny, and you
That
don't
was me all day long. Just grinning and laughing and smiling. It's not funny.
and
You don't even think
dying on
it's
the inside,
yeah.
totally embarrassed,
Mhm.
but it helps you to advocate for yourself and to speak up. It takes you to a place of vulnerability where you have to share, like, hey, X, Y, and Z, this is not okay, or I need you to do this. Even speaking up for what we do need. It's not always been about stop doing this, but speaking up for what you do need. I need
Mhm.
this and this and this.
Yes.
It's so
Mhm.
vital, so
Yeah.
vital.
Yeah. And sometimes it's, you get to it's such a good connection to the earlier principle when it's talking about taking the toxic out of the love because sometimes there's decisions to be made. Are we going to keep this friendship? Are we going to keep this relationship? Is the relationship, if it's like parent child, well, this person's always going to be your parent, or this person's always going to be your child or your brother or your sister. But, we can say, are we going to remain close? Are we really going to have to like close the door on something? Sometimes that's necessary. But what I'm telling you all that what sometimes it's not as necessary as we think. Really and truly changes can be brought about. And I loved what Jessica said about the laughing. You laugh at things and you because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable in a moment where you're being hurt to just not laugh. Everybody gets uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And what you learn through this process is to be okay with that. It's okay that everybody's uncomfortable. And that you, without a word, had spoken a whole dialogue that you could have,
Absolutely.
without a word. It's
Absolutely.
not about arguing with people or judging them, or this is something we talk about a lot. We don't psychoanalyze other people because sometimes when you're going through a process like this, you say, "Ooh, that person needs to do more affirmations, or that person's dealing with low self-worth, or that." And we have no idea what they're dealing with. It's all we can do to deal with our own things. And so this is where the change yourself first comes in. Change ourselves first. We figure out what the boundaries are that we're really asking for. And it really does not matter a person's intention when it comes to this. The reason it doesn't matter is because whatever you intended, this is how it's making me feel. And so, with love and respect for that person, these particular things will no longer happen. Okay, so there's a way to be able to communicate those things, you guys, without saying, drawing the line and saying, I'm done. We can make some adjustments and we can say, I don't feel loved, when you do this. We cannot force people to change. There are going to be people in our lives that will always do those things, but we don't have to participate. And what I found really powerful too is, and you can tell me, Jess, if this has been the same for you, is that sometimes people need a demonstration. They don't know. This is new language for them. This is new language. I don't know what you mean by this because this, who I am and what I've been doing my whole life. And especially it's the case if this is someone who's known you your entire life. And now
Mhm.
all of a sudden here you come talking about you don't like being called Pee-wee or whatever it was. Whatever your little irritating thing. And they're like, what? Like, that's who you are. Like, this is our joke. We always do this thing. And now here all of a sudden you're saying, yeah, so I don't do that anymore. It's not funny to me. It hurts my feelings. And when we surround everything that we do with love, we're able to have that conversation in a way where people won't be as defensive because you're acknowledging, hey, you may not mean a thing by it. I get that. This is me. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about how it lands on me. It hurts me. And as someone who loves me and wants to be in my world, I'm saying no more. No more. And again, the demonstration of that, sometimes we say that we're putting these boundaries, but a person doesn't know what that looks like, then you show them. This is what I mean. This is what this relationship is like now. This is how we're going to communicate with one another. This is what I'm no longer going to be responding to, And as they see that difference over and over again, then they get to decide, okay, this I'm okay with this. I can do this, or no, I'm not, and then that's in their court. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So that principle really is all about the boundary side of relationships.
I love that you said that because, you know, we have to just always keep in mind as we do this work that we're doing the work, but the other people around us, our loved ones, they may not be doing that same work. So they're continuing in the same behaviors, the same thought patterns, the same things. They're just continuing in that behavior. And as we grow and we change and we adjust, they don't know what it looks like because before we were all doing the same thing.
Yeah, we were
Somebody's
doing what you're
doing
talking
something
about.
different. I don't know what you're talking about. What is that? I don't know what that means. So
Yeah.
love what Renee mentioned is we have to show them and teach them this is what it looks like because we may grow up in family dynamics or have friendships and relationships where what we no longer find acceptable is all they know. It's not intentional. It's just that's all you know. You're never exposed to something different. And so as you do this work, you now have an opportunity to show them, hey, this and this and this. And
Mhm.
then they can choose to do whatever they choose to
That's
do with it,
it.
whether they choose to make adjustments or not, that will 100% be up to them. But you have put them in a position where they can make the adjustments and then you've advocated for yourself and you're able to express, hey, this and this, please do this, please don't do this. But you were able to advocate and you were able to show them a different way. And I
Yeah.
love that.
It's a beautiful thing. And the last thing I'll say on this too is that it also helps us when people create boundaries with us. So
Yes.
in the past, where we used to would be highly offended and what are you talking about and this kind of thing, now we can hear somebody when they come and say, you know what, Renee, when you say this, when you said that, when you did this, I didn't like it. Like that hurt my feelings. Like that's not who I am. And I didn't, and they really like lay it down for you. You can hear it now. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because before it would crush us because we were just like, oh, I'm a terrible person. Why are they coming at me like this? What's going on? This whole big thing. And now we just know this person has a boundary and I get to decide, is that boundary good with me or not? And then we have decisions to make. It's a freeing thing when we can think about things this way and it allows us to be open and it allows people around us, like Jessica mentioned this earlier, it allows people around us to be open and to feel safe as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So that is it, everybody. Stop participating in the pain was the last one. And so we want to encourage each and every one of you, if you've been watching these videos, or even if you've just seen one, join us on June 29th, where Jessica and I will be talking more about the Mood Makeover Method. And we're going to open up the doors to the Mood Makeover Method for you to join us in this program. If you know anyone who you feel like is struggling with their emotions, and maybe they're easily triggered, or they're just not happy, or they're not the person that they used to be kind and invite them to this program. Invite them along with you. We've had so many people who have been referred to our program by people who love them just because they've seen them not be themselves anymore. So invite people to the program June 29th. It's free, it's no obligation. You do need to register. And we look forward to seeing you there and taking you through the Mood Makeover Method.
Mhm. Can't
Thank
wait.
you. Can't wait. All right, so we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.